In the year 20XX, mad roboticist Dr. Albert Wily attempted to conquer the world using the power of 8 Robot Masters, super advanced robots created by his former friend and longtime rival Dr. Thomas Light. Wily was seen as near unstoppable, until a domestic servant robot named Rock, the surrogate son of Light, volunteered to have himself modified for the sake of saving the city. As the super fighting robot Mega Man, Rock put an end to Wily's plot. That is the story of Mega Man 1, the inception of this now classic series. I covered that game in its own video earlier this year if you're interested in learning more about the series' origins. The story continues in Mega Man 2, subtitled The Secret of Dr. Wily, when Wily returns with 8 more Robot Masters of his own invention. This game was the first in the Mega Man series to feature a Robot Master design contest, where fans were asked to create their own Robot Masters to submit to Capcom in hopes that they may be used in-game. All 8 Robot Masters in this game were designed by fans. Interestingly, the magazine article that requested it, coming from the 14th issue of Family Computer magazine, suggests that this game takes place about a year after the first one, which was also about the length of time between the release of these two games. I tend to be critical of sources from outside the games, so I'll leave it up to you whether or not you want to accept this information. If you do, then that places this game in about the year 2010. If you want to talk about it, there's room for a good discussion on my Discord server linked in the description. Speaking of, if you like what you see and you want to see more, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Just a quick plug, let's get back to the video. These robots were designed by Wily for the express purpose of combat, though not necessarily to target Mega Man, given that he made a separate line of Mega Man killer robots later. Like the first game, the robots from this title were given serial numbers based on their creator and order of creation. Interestingly though, despite being designed by Wily, these robots' numbers continue where the Dr. Light series from the first game left off. If I had to venture a guess the reason why Wily kept the numbering going from the first game, it's probably because he felt a sense of ownership over those previous Robot Masters, after modifying them for use as weapons. With DWN, or Dr. Wily No. 9, Metal Man. Metal Man was stated in the database from Mega Man and Base to be based on Cutman, as can be seen with the very similar curved blade projectiles, which, much like the rolling cutter, are also made of ceramic titanium. He's stated to be the first Robot Master created by Dr. Wily, and as the first, he came with a fatal flaw, that being a weakness to the Mega Buster. DWN-10 is Airman, who looks like a giant fan. This design is probably an iteration of the fan fiends found at his stage. He can create miniature tornadoes using his air shooter. DWN-11 is Bubble Man, a robot specifically designed for underwater combat. Much like Metal Man, Bubble Man is clearly an early model, as he has a design flaw that keeps him from moving without jumping. His weapon is the Bubble Lead. DWN-12 is Quickman, a super fast robot stated to have been an iteration on Lekman's design, who wields the Quick Boomerang. If you take information from stuff like this to be canon, then the Dragalia Lost crossover event implies that he's particularly close with Metal Man. DWN-13 is Crashman, who wields a type of delayed action explosive called the Crash Bomb. This makes me think that he may be descended from Bomb Man. This is further supported by Mega Man The Power Battle, where Crashman is weak to the rolling cutter, which was also retroactively made into Bomb Man's weakness in Mega Man Powered Up. The Dragalia Lost crossover paired him with Airman. DWN-14 is Flashman, a robot with the ability to stop time using his aptly named Time Stopper. His ability shares a striking resemblance with Time Man from Mega Man Powered Up. The Dragalia Lost event connected him to the next Robot Master, DWN-15, Heat Man. Heat Man is explicitly based on Fireman. His atomic fire is much stronger than his predecessor's ability, reaching temperatures of 12,000 degrees against Fireman's 8,000. The final Robot Master in this game is Woodman, whose body and internals were made entirely out of Japanese cypress wood. Clearly, Wily was showing off with this one. While his weapon, the Leaf Shield, is very defensive, it pairs up very nicely with his comrade in arms Bubble Man, who can help protect him from his one weakness, fire. Also, along the way, Light continued experimenting with upgrading Mega Man's abilities. Throughout the game, he created 3 such new abilities called Items, which augment his maneuverability. Some of these abilities went on to be used by Rush in Mega Man 3, but we'll discuss him more in that game's video. After defeating the 8 Robot Masters, Rock made his way into the Wily Castle, the first of its kind, given that in the first game he hid in a factory, but far from the last. In the first section of the castle, he fights the Mecha Dragon. I think this one was just playing along with the whole dragon guards the castle thing. Moving on to the next section, Rock comes toe-to-toe with Pico Pico-kun, a robot named after the beeping sound of a computer. It is, in reality, a room lined with flying blocks, which form into small robots. Deeper into Wily's lair, we find the Guts tank, which is pretty much what it says on the tin. A tank with a huge Guts man on top, once again reminding us of Wily's unhealthy obsession with that specific robot. Not long after, Rock falls into the Boo Beam Trap, a group of turrets that can shoot through walls and can easily kill Mega Man if he isn't careful and efficient. Then, after the regular Robot Master rematches, the Wily Machine 2, an upgraded form of the battleship from the first game, enters play. However, when the Wily Machine 2 is defeated, things change up. Where last time Wily immediately gave up after the defeat of his blimp, here he escapes once again, diving into a damp cave beneath the castle. And it was here that the dark truth, the titular secret of Dr. Wily, was revealed. Secretly, this whole time, Wily had actually been an alien monstrosity. I'm just kidding. Wily just threw together a hologram to try and fool us into giving up, I guess? So the real secret of Dr. Wily is that he doesn't actually have a secret. That feels a little disappointing. This time, Wily finally gives in, and Mega Man is able to return home, where he can once again doff his helmet and, for a time, live at peace. And that's it for Mega Man 2. The timeline for now is still fairly straightforward, but it will definitely spice up soon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.